Okay, 2025 English medium students biology. Yes, initially we will do the paper, and while we are doing the paper, we will discuss what about our next levels and what about the permanent time and date. And by the way, you all can answer my questions, and while I'm teaching, if you have any question or if you have something to say me, please raise your hand, then I will ask and answer your question. Right? While I'm teaching, I think you can understand Sinhala. ඔයාලන් ඉන්නවද මේ සිංහල තේරෙන අය නේද ඉන්නේ කවුරුත් ඉන්නවද එහෙම ගොඩාක් අපහසුයි ඉන්නවද මෙතන ඉන්නවනම් පොඩක් රේස් හෑන්ඩ් කරන්න එහෙම පළවෙනි දවසේ ජොයින් වෙච්ච කියලා ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ පළවෙනි දවසේ අඳුරගත්ත කියලා ප්‍රශ්නයක්වත් නැහැ මොනවා හරි ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා නම් සිංහලෙන් හරි ඉංග්‍රීසි වලින් හරි chat box එකට දාන්න පුළුවන් නැත්නම් මම chat box එකේ මගේ contact number එක දාලා තියෙනවා ඒකට ඔයාලට text කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ වෙලාවේ මොනවා හරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් ඔයාලට මේක කරගෙන යන අතරතුර මොනවා හරි ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා නම් නොතේරෙන තැනක් තියෙනවා නම් අද සම්පූර්ණයෙන් paper එකත් free discussion එකත් free මම first time තමයි මෙහෙම free discussion එකක් කරන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට 2025 නිසා මම මේක ඉංග්‍රීසි වලින් කන්ටිනියු කරනවා ඔයාලට මොනවා හරි ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා නම් ඔයාලට කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් අනිවාර්යෙන්ම you can put a message into the chat box or you can text me directly you can text me yes have you done the paper? I think you have done the paper. Till others join, we will start, okay? We will start then. Yes, I think you all have this paper. I have shared this paper into so many groups. If no, please let me know. Yes. What about the first question? Not a non-communicable disease. First of all, I have something to say you. This paper class, this paper class 2025. 2025 English medium or Sinhala medium, any kind of paper class. English medium, English medium paper class. I do both subjects, biology and chemistry. This is the normal time of biology and tomorrow we will do our chemistry paper class. Normally we do in 2025 classes, we do unit-wise papers. That means after doing 1 or 2 units in your theory classes, we will do the unit-wise papers. And here actually this first paper, very first paper, it is created around unit 1 and the chemical basis part of unit 2. Unit 2, chemical basis part. Chemical basis part. Yes. Chemical basis part. First one, not a communicable disease of the following. Any volunteer tell me the answer for question number 1? Yeah. Yes. Farhat, if you can talk, you no worries, okay? Yes, you say question number 2. All can answer, and all can talk. After once I have asked, you can talk, right? And while I'm teaching, if you have any questions, you can raise your hand. Normally, diseases, human-related diseases, basically we can divide it into 2 diseases. Diseases diseases and diseases are divided into 2 communicable diseases and non-communicable diseases. Communicable means it can be transmitted from one person to another. There may some vectors. There may some vectors. There may some vectors like mosquitoes, some nematode species, some worm species, like vectors may there. Anyway, diseases are two types, communicable and non-communicable. Here, CKDU, chronic renal diseases, chronic renal disease, CKDU is a kidney-related disease. Please switch off your camera and switch off your mics for now. I will ask after, once I have asked, you can switch on your camera. Tarusha, please switch off your camera. Tarusha or Tarusha. Please switch off your camera. Anyway, non-communicable disease. Non-communicable disease, CKDU, also known as chronic renal disease. Cancers are non-communicable. Cancers are non-communicable. And heart diseases are non-communicable. Communicable means it can be transmitted from one person to another. AIDS. Answer is number 2. Very good for her. Answer is number 2. AIDS. AIDS can be mainly it can be transmitted from unprotected sexual behaviors. Other than that, it can be transmitted from unprotected organ transplantations, blood donations, mother to the uterus, that means mother to the their baby, some rare cases. Anyway, answer is number 2. Cannot be considered as a characteristic of organism. Tarusha, your camera, please switch off your camera, Tarusha. Can you hear me, Tarusha? Yes. I think I have done it. Yes. Cannot be considered as a characteristic of an organism. Characteristic of an organism. There are 7 living characteristics we have to study in unit number 1. Unit number 1. First one is growth and organ organization actually. Organ organization. What about the second one? Can you guess? What are the 7 characteristics? Anyone? Very good. And can you mention? Okay, I will mention what are the 7 characteristics. First one is order and organization. Second one is metabolism. Third one, growth and development. Fourth one, irritability and coordination. Fifth one, adaptation. Sixth one is reproduction. And 7, heredity and evolution. We can ignore the number 1. Answer number 1, digestion. It is a living process, but we cannot consider it as a living characteristic. Third one, movements are occurred in organisms as a result, irritability and coordination. Irritability and coordination due to both irritability and coordination, movements are occurred. Movements are occurred. Here, I wanted to ask you, what about the definition of sustainable food production? Sustainable food production. What about the answer? Answer is number, anyone? Yes, yes, Devi, very good. Growth and development. Yes, I have switched off someone's camera. Still, can you see it? Still, can you see it? Yes. Devmi, very good, and Farhat, very good. What about the definition of sustainable food production? Sustainable food production. Answer is number 5, as you have mentioned. As you have mentioned, sustainable food production, the most acceptable definition is answer number 5. Here we have to produce food by using environmentally safe methods. Environmentally safe methods. Environmentally safe methods. Yes. Tharusha, if you can switch off your camera, I will upload this into my YouTube channel. Therefore, you can switch off your camera on this time. Then I have to remove you this time, okay? Sorry, I have to remove. Still, it is happening. Anything? Please answer someone. No need. What about now Farhat and Devni and others? Yes. Environmentally safe methods. We have to produce food. We have to produce food by using environmentally safe methods. We cannot harm, we cannot destroy the environment. This is the most acceptable answer. The production of sufficient amount of food. The production of sufficient amount of food for the human population using environmentally safe methods. Using environmentally safe methods. Number 5, Loris. Here you have to remember what are the 4 types of habitats. Habitats are 4 types. First one is aquatic habitats. What are the 4 major habitats for anyone? What are the 4 major habitats? Aerial habitats. Those are the 4 major habitats. Terrestrial habitat, aquatic habitat, arboreal habitat, and aerial habitat. This is the terrestrial. That means they live on the land. Here, aquatic habitats. What are the 2 types of aquatic habitats, Farhat? You can talk this time.
Freshwater and marine.
Very good. 2 types of aquatic habitats we are talking about: freshwater habitat and marine habitat. Arboreal means what about the idea of arboreal habitats? Anyone? habitat එකක් කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? ගස් උඩ ඉන්න කට්ටිය, වඳුරෝ, ඒ කට්ටිය අපි කියන්නේ arboreal habitat එක. Example is Loris. Remember that it is a scientific name. Therefore, the very first letter should be a capital letter and others should be simple letters, and it should be underlined. When we are writing scientific names, it should like this. How we can write it, Loris? When we are writing, the very first letter should be capital, other all letters should be simple letters, and we have to underline it. Arboreal means ගස්වල ජීවත් වෙන, හරි? ගස් උඩ ඉන්න කට්ටියට තමයි. And other one is aerial. Both, yes, fish normally, example is fish for aquatic, rat, humans, and all terrestrial animals for terrestrial habitat. Aerial means they live in the air. Example is birds and arboreal. Yes. Himasha, oh Himasha, can you mention the name? What about the name? Oh, Himasha කියන්නේ කලින් මේකක් ගැන නේද මම කවුතින් ඒක මම අයින් කරලා යා නොදැනුවත් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. හරි මම යාව රිමූව් කරලා තියෙන මම හිතන්නේ ආයෙත් ජොයින් වෙන්න බෑ. Okay, okay. Yes. Answer is number 3. Two consequent processes that happen lifespan of organisms as well as okay, Himasha or Himasha. As well as they are considered as characteristic organisms, two consequent processes, growth and development. Answer is number 4. The basic structural and functional unit of life is what? Yes. Yes, Farhad, very good answer number 4. Then what about the 7? Okay, cell. Yes, cell. Answer is number 5 for question number 7. The correct sequence of hierarchical level of organization of the organism is. The correct sequence of hierarchical level organization of the organism is. Here, yes, answer number 3. We will see. Yes, as the basic unit, structural and functional, as the basic structural and functional unit, it is the cell. What about the other levels? Above the cell and below the cell. How cells are formed? From atoms. From atoms, atoms are collected together by bonds and atoms are bound together by bonds and form molecules. Molecules. Molecules are made together by bonds. Further, they are attracted by special intermolecular interactions. They form compounds. After accumulating compounds, organelles are produced. Organelles are produced. Then, collection of organelles, they are covered by a membrane and produce cells. Then, cells are bound together and form tissues. Tissues are accumulated and form organs. Then organ systems. Organ system, then organism. Organism. In an ecological system, in the environment, actually in the ecological system, this particular organism can also known as an individual. Individual. Individuals are collect together and form a population. If we think of about one person, it is an organism, individual person. Collection of person, that means human population. Human population. Population then make community, and what? Community and ecosystem, then the biosphere. This is the largest unit, largest level, hierarchical level. Then answer is number 3. Ne? Answer is number 3. Organisms, population, community, ecosystems, biosphere. Very good. Answer number 3. Ability to produce offspring for continuous existence of species is called as what? Anyone?
Reproduction.
Answer number 3, reproduction. Reproduction. Ability to produce offspring for continuous existence of species is called as reproduction. Yes. Anyone can, you all can answer. Hari? Mama hitanne ogalan aluth ayada danata theory class ena ayada නැති ayada කිසිම දෙයක් මම හිතන්නේ නැහැ මේක ඔයගලන්ට මේ ඔක්කොටමනේ තියෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා ඔයගලන් ඕන කෙනෙකුට answer කරන්න පුළුවන්. හැවුවට පස්සේ ඔයාලට කතා කරන්නත් පුළුවන් මේ ගණන වෙලාවේ කතා කරන්න එපා. ඒ වෙලාවේ raise hand කරන්න ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. Question number 10. Life on Earth formed around, answer is 3.5 billion years ago. It should not million, 3.5 billion years ago. 3.5 billion years ago. Yeah, 4. Then, question number 11, incorrect about natural resources. What about the answer for question number 11? Incorrect about natural resources. 5. Yes. Himasha, Deumi, and Sitnini. What about the answer, Sitnini? Question number 11. No idea. Okay. Answer is number 5. Very good. Yes, Sitmini and Farhad. Answer number 5. Incorrect statement about natural resources. What are the natural resources? Can you remember? Natural resources. Natural resources means what? Here, natural resources. Natural resources means sources of materials and energy. You have to understand it should not only energies, both materials and energy. Sources of materials and energy found naturally, which are used everyday life and for economic development, like wood, water, coal, like natural resources. Natural resources. They are limited on Earth. Yes, that is why we have to protect natural resources. Overuse of natural resources is taking place. Overuse, or what about the most suitable term for overuse of natural resources? Anyone? You can talk this time.
Exploitation.
Yes, very good. Overexploitation. Overuse. The most acceptable answer in your exam is overuse. exploitation. Over exploitation. There is a threat of depletion of natural resources. Yes, due to over exploitation of natural resources, various environmental problems have arisen. About the various environmental problems, three environmental problems we are talking about. First one is environmental pollution. Second one is loss of biodiversity. Third one is desertification. කාන්තාරයක් වෙනවට තමයි අපි desertification කියන්නේ නේද? desert එකක් වෙනවට. මෙතනදී මොකද්ද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? මම හිතනවා ඔයගලන්ට තේරෙනවා යම් මට්ටමකට කියලා. බෝරින් වෙනවනේ first day එකේ ඉංග්‍රීසි වලින් කතා කරන්න ගියාම නේද? දැන් මෙතනදී මොකද කරලා තියෙන්නේ? දැන් මේක natural resource එක වෙලා තියෙන්නේ මේකේ දර. ඒතර ගස් ටික ඔක්කොම after cutting all the trees, what happened? මේගොල්ලන්ට ජීවත් වෙන්න බැරි තැනක් නැහැ. එතකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? ඒගොල්ලන් අපේ human populations තියෙන පැත්තට ඒගොල්ලන් migrate කරනවා. එතකොට biodiversity එතනදී වැටෙනවා, loss වෙනවා. මෙතනදී pollution එක. කොහොමද ටික මේ pollution එක වෙන්නේ? What are the three problems? Environmental problems, environmental pollution, loss of biodiversity, and desertification. Next one. Natural resources are only energies. It should energy, okay? Only energies found naturally which are used in everyday life and for economic development. It should both energy and matter. Both energy and matter. Example for energy is sunlight. Sunlight is a natural resource. Matter is water. Both are natural resources. Both are natural resources. Example for energy is sunlight. Matter is water. Matter is water. The best definition for the term adaptation. The best definition is answer number 5. Answer number 5. Structure, physiology, and behavior. Structure, all the three should be included. Structure, physiology, and behavior that promotes livelihood of an organism's survival in a particular environment. What do you mean by the physiology? Physiology means what, anyone? After pointing out, you can, if you know the answer, you can mention. Okay, Devmi. Okay. In that question, first and fourth. Yeah, Farhad. The functions of human body is the physiology. Anatomy means the gross structure. Ne? What about the remaining term, Farhad? Histology. And what about histology? Histology means what? Logy means the study. And logy means the study of tissues, study of functions of human, some parts. Anatomy means the gross structure of human inside. Organs like organs වගේ gross structure එක අපි ඉගෙන ගන්නකොට අපි කියන anatomy කියලා. Histology කියන්නේ tissues අපි study කරනකොට when we are studying tissues, we name it as histology. Physiology කියලා කියන්නේ ඒවා එක functions. එතකොට මෙතෙන්ට answer is number 5. Teacher, in that question, first and fourth answers are the same. A peculiarity of a structure that නෑනේ පුතා දැන් පස්වෙනි එකේදී physiology behavior ඔක්කොම ටික අවිල්ලා තියෙනවානේ. fifth answer එකේ. එතකොට answer is number 5. Habitat or habitats of organisms who have streamlined body shape. What streamlined body shape එක can you guess the answer? මෙතන මේ chat කරනට වඩා ඔයාලට if you can speak please do that. And if you can please do that. මොකද්ද what about the answer for question number 13?
Three.
Very good. Streamlined body shape. අපි මේකට ඔයාලා සිංහල තේරුණා නම් අපි මේකට කියන්නේ අනාකූල හැඩය කියලා. ඒරෝප්ලේන් එකේ තියෙන ෂේප් එකට තමයි මේ කියන්නේ. මෙහෙම when they are which one has streamlined body shape? Both birds and fish. මේ දෙගොල්ලන්ටම තියෙනවා streamlined body එක. ඒතකොට birds ලාගේ ගත්තා නිකන් මෙහෙම එකක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. මේ පැත්තේ මෙහෙම head එක තියෙනවා. කොහොමනේ තියෙන්නේ? Fish also like this. Hari, this both includes streamlined body shape. අපි කියන්නේ දැන් මේගොල්ලන් swim කරනකොට වතුරේ වතුර පාර කපාගෙන වේගය වැඩි කරන්න තමයි මේගොල්ලන්ට මෙහෙම එකක් තියෙන්නේ. birds ලත් එයාවල යාලා fly කරනකොටත් එහෙම කරන්න. ඒතර ඒක use කරලා තමයි මේ aeroplanes වල shape එක create කරලා තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට what about the habitats of birds? It is aerial. Fish, aquatic. Answer is number 3. Size of bacteria. Zero 0.252 2 micrometer. 0.252 2 micrometer. I will show you what about the streamlined body shape. Here you can see both have streamlined body shape. And this is the streamlined body shape. Both fish and birds have streamlined body shape. An irreversible increasement in dry mass of organism is called as growth. We have to measure the dry mass. Dry mass means without water. Teacher can't see the video. Now you can see. Can you see the video? What about the condition now? මිනිමාව ඇහෙනවද පේනවද? Can't you see me and can't you hear me up to now? Okay, now okay, ne? Okay. Irreversible increasement in dry mass. Irreversible increasement in dry mass of organism is called as growth. Dry mass means without water. Mass without water. Mass without water. Correct about metabolism of an organism. Metabolism, yeah, very good. Answer is number 1. The sum of all chemical activities taking place in organism, it's metabolism. Very good. It is called as the metabolism. Metabolism. Normally, metabolism means the sum of all chemical activities. It is known as the metabolism. Metabolism can be divided into two: catabolism and anabolism. Metabolism can be divided into two: catabolism and anabolism. The sum of all activities taking place in organism is its metabolism, correct? Metabolism and catabolism totally called as anabolism. No, catabolism and anabolism totally called as metabolism. Anabolism is a part of catabolism. No, it is a different part of catabolism. Metabolism is the opposite version of catabolism. No, catabolism is the opposite version of anabolism. Anabolism is the opposite version of catabolism. In metabolism, it taking about only the matter, not about the energy. No, both energy and matter we are considered in the case of metabolism. A popular technology which is used in solving some legal and ethical issues. What about the answer? Answer is number 3. DNA fingerprinting technology. DNA fingerprinting technology. DNA fingerprinting technology. Sunken stomata in xerophytes, viviparity in some mangroves, and splayed out food in camels are the examples for what? Answer is number yes. It is a kind of an adaptation. Other than that, we can say it is a kind of evolution too, Farhat. Okay, very good. You have done a great job. Even you haven't completed these things in your theory class. Anyway, basically we say it is an adaptation. But with the time, they are adapted to their particular environment. According to the water unavailability, they have viviparity. Viviparity කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? මේ ගහ දැන් normally after hatching, after leaving the fruit from the tree, they start to germinate. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් එන්නේ fruit එකක් ගහකින් වැටුණාට පස්සේ විමදි පැලවෙන එක. හරි, මෙතනදී දැන් මේ mangroves වල තියෙන highly salt concentrated water එක මේවට damage වෙන්න පුළුවන් හින්දා ගහේදීම පැලවෙලා තමයි මේ seed එක වැටෙන්නේ, fruit එක වැටෙන්නේ. ඒක තමයි ඒ. එතකොට ඒක adaptation එකක්. හැබැයි මෙහෙම ඒවා මුලින්ම තිබ්බේ නෑනේ. Hari, earlier when we are considering the evolution of plants, initially we can find only bryophytes. Bryophytes. With the environment, after dealing with the environment, what about the water availability? They are adapted. Therefore, we can explain it as evolution too. Can you understand what I am saying, Farhat? Therefore, we can take answer number 4. Irritability, the best explanation. Irritability, Sitmini, මොකද කරන්නේ? මොකක්ද answer එක? Yes. Answer number 5. Answer number 5, irritability is the ability to respond to stimuli from both external and internal environment. Both external and internal environment. I think you all are in my new group here. You all are in my new group 2025 public group. I think you are all in here. I will let you know our Next, work plan. What about the permanent time and what about the permanent time? I will answer your all questions after this class. Please wait. Irritability is irritability. Irritability is an ability. Ability. Ability to what? Ability to respond. Ability to respond. Respond to what? Ability to respond to stimuli. Which kind of stimuli? Stimuli from both external and internal environments. It is the irritability. When we consider a human, this is the external environment, and inside the body, we can see the internal environment. In the case of irritability, they have to respond stimuli from both. Yes, Devi, very good. Answer number 5. And both external and internal environment. Sitmini, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Correct statement about the organization patterns of the living world. Organization patterns of the living world. Yes, you can put your answer into the chat box now. Correct statement about the organization patterns of the living world. Yeah, very good. Answer number 1. Amoeba is a single-celled organism. Single-celled organism. Amoeba, you know, it is a protozoa. It has a nucleus. It has a nucleus. What do you mean? Is it? It has an organized nucleus. That means, are they eukaryotes or prokaryotes? Amoeba has an organized nucleus. Is it an eukaryotic or prokaryotic organism? Eukaryotic organism. Amoeba is a single-celled organism. All plants are not made up more than one cells. All plants are multicellular. All animals multicellular. All plants multicellular. All animals multicellular. Now, both have true tissues. Both have true tissues. Therefore, birds are arboreal animals. Actually, we can see birds on some branches of the plants, but what about the exact habitat? Aerial habitat. Aerial habitat. Yes, they will be eukaryotic habitat. Eukaryotic. No any unicellular plants or unicellular animals. Answer is number 1. Ability of organisms to change over time as a result of genetic modification is called as what? 4th one. Yeah, very good. Evolution. 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 Correct about characteristics of organisms. Correct about characteristics of organisms. Answer is number. Answer, we can take the answer number 2 as the correct answer. There are 8 main characteristics. No, actually 7 main characteristics. 7 characteristics. Reversible changes that occur during the lifespan of an organism is called growth and development. It should not growth and development, only growth. Only the growth. Movement of organisms occurs only due to the coordination, not only the coordination, not only the coordination, we have to consider the irritability also due to both. Yes, Naomi, answer number 2. Irritability and coordination. It should irritability and coordination. Ability of organisms to change over time as a Result of genetic modification is it should not heredity, it should evolution. It should not heredity. Normally we say the evolution as heredity and evolution, but rough idea of this last statement is evolution. Answer 2 is the correct one. Upper level components of the organization hierarchy of organisms are more efficient. That means population, ecosystem, like upper levels. Not a correct statement about heredity and evolution. Answer is number? Yeah, answer is number 5. Answer is number 5. For considering as an organism, all 7, yes, gave me, all 7 living characteristics, all the 7 should be presented. Are you? Yeah. Answer is number 5. All the 5 living characteristics should be there, starting from growth and development, metabolism, then, order and organization, metabolism, growth and development, irritability and coordination, adaptation, reproduction, heredity and evolution. All the 7 living characteristics should be presented to considered as an organism. Even they can perform only a few characteristics, we can't accept that particular thing as an organism. All the 7 living characteristics should be presented. Yes. Heredity and evolution can be occurred even in a single cell. We know in the in unit 3 you will learn about the protocell. Can you remember? Can you remember it mean protocell?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. What about the genetic material of protocell? DNA or RNA?
RNA.
Yes. In the case of evolution, we will learn about a single cell which is known as protocell. According to various series of chemical processes, when today this protocell have evolved to a complete complex organism like humans. Therefore, even in a single cell, the evolution can be occurred. Ability of organisms control specific physiological, morphological, and behavioral characteristics. Yeah, genes of organisms control specific morphological and behavioral characteristics, physiological characteristics. Anthophytes are top levels of evolution in kingdom Plantae. Yes. Anthophytes are here. You can add a small note. Anthophytes are also known as flowering plants. Multipena gas, multipena eva kila kyane, mal hadana gas kila kyane, flowering plants kila kyane, evat api kyane e levels වලදී anthophytes කියලා. මේකේ phylum කියලා හැම අපි ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. phylum anthophyta කියන නිසා තමයි මේවට anthophytes කියලා අපි කතා කරන්නේ. Monocots and dicots තමයි මේකේ categories දෙක. An example for living characteristic that present in non-living entities. Answer is what? Yeah, crystal growing. Can you give me another example apart from crystal growing? Waves move. Yeah, very good. Waves move. Waves move. Waves move and crystal growing. Other? Yeah. Waves move and crystal growing are the 2 living characteristics which can be seen in non-living things. Waves move and crystal growing are the two living characteristics which can be seen in non-living things. The first formed organisms of Earth were, actually the first term should not heterophilic, it should heterotrophic. Please correct it. All should be corrected as heterotrophic. Yes, answer is number 5. I think Farhat, you can mention the rough idea about these three terms. What about the heterotrophic, anaerobic, and prokaryotes? You can talk. Can you talk this time?
Yes, teacher. Heterotrophic means they cannot produce their own food. Anaerobic means they no need oxygen for respiration. Prokaryote means they don't have an organized nucleus.
As they can't produce their own food, what about their nutrition? How they can take their nutrition?
Depend on other organisms which produce their own food.
Very good. Yes, the first before 3.5 billion years. 3.5 billion years ago, first life on Earth has originated. Then what about the very first organism? It has three characteristics. First one is heterotrophic. It has hetero. And other one is anaerobic. And heterotrophic, anaerobic, and prokaryotic. Heterotrophic means they can't produce their own food, therefore they have to depend on others' bodies or synthesized materials by others. Anaerobic means no need oxygen to respire. Actually, what about the atmosphere? Before 3.5 billion years, no oxygen. Actually, there are some gases like methane, water vapor, like gases were there. No sufficient amount of oxygen. Therefore, these anaerobic organisms are suitable as the first organisms in the Earth. After so many reactions, after so many chemical reactions, oxygen is created. Then, after anaerobic organisms, what happened? Aerobic organisms evolved. Prokaryotic means they haven't, those are the primitive organisms. Those are primitive than eukaryotic organisms. They haven't an organized nucleus. That means nuclear materials are not enclosed by a nuclear envelope or nuclear membrane. Current human population is what?
About 7 million.
Current human population? No. Farhat, you have to differentiate two terms, million and billion. 7 billion years ago. Therefore, answer is number 5, none. 7 billion years ago. And expected to be double. Expected to be double in less than 40 years. Double less than 40 years. Less than 40 years. Correct about biological diversity. Every organism has a specific role in the environment. How we can define this term in a single word? Specific role in the environment? Anyone? Do you know? Arhat? Explain this specific role of every and each organism in the environment is niche. Can you remember this, Farhan?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Fungi are always multicellular. Is it correct, Sidney? Yes, neither. Himasha. Oh, Himasha is still in the live discussion. Okay. No, we can see both unicellular and multicellular fungal species. Sorry, fungal species, both unicellular. Example for unicellular is yeast. Sorry, yeast. Yeast is an unicellular fungal species. Yeast. The scientific name is Saccharomyces. In the case of fermentation, mostly we use this species, Saccharomyces species, like Saccharomyces cerevisiae, like a species. Sorry, common name is yeast. What about multicellular fungi? All the mushrooms are multicellular fungi. Fungi are always multicellular? No, both uni and multicellular. First form organism on Earth were photosynthetic. Is it correct? Himasha? Oh, Himasha, is it correct?
Yes, teacher.
Himasha, then. First form organisms on Earth were photosynthetic. Is it correct or wrong? Correct, according to Himasha. Himasha. What about others' idea? Is it correct or wrong? Yeah. Himasha, very good. ඔයාගේ answer එක දුන්න එක වැදගත්. බැයි මුල්ම හරියදී ඉඳලා තියෙන කට්ටිය ප්‍රෝකැරියෝටික් කට්ටියත් ඊට පස්සේ ප්‍රෝකැරියෝට්ස් වලට පස්සේ තමයි ෆොටෝස් කියන්නේ ප්‍රෝකැරියෝට්ස් ලගෙන් හෙටරෝට්‍රොෆික් නියුට්‍රිෂන් එක තිබිලා තියෙන්නේ. හෙටරෝට්‍රොෆික් නියුට්‍රිෂන් එකෙන් පස්සේ තමයි ෆොටෝසින්තටික් කට්ටිය ඇති වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. ෆොටෝසින්තටික් කට්ටියට පස්සේ eukaryotes ඇති වෙලා තියෙන තමයි එන්නේ. Therefore answer number 3 incorrect. Both protists and fungi are multicellular organisms. Both protists and fungi are unicellular and multicellular. All are unicellular and multicellular. That means we can see both unicellular and protist and multicellular protist, unicellular fungal and multicellular fungal species. There is an equilibrium between living interactions, but not between living non-living interactions. No, we can see 3 kinds of interactions dynamic as a dynamic equilibrium. Living interactions, non-living interactions, and living non-living interactions. Living non-living interactions. Incorrect about hierarchy level in organization of organisms. Again, we can consider an individual or organism. Individuals are bound, collect together and form populations. Populations, then community, biosphere, and ecosystem. Individual or organism, population, community, biosphere, and ecosystem. Ecosystems are in the biosphere. Ecosystems are in the biosphere. Incorrect. Populations collect together and form communities. Correct. In a community, there are both living organisms and non-living things. What is the difference between population and community? Individual means a single individual. Imagine it is a single deer. In the case of population, many individuals which are in same species. That means deers only. In the case of community, collection of populations. Population 1, population 2, like so many populations. Example, but only living things. Living things means we also known as biotic components. Biotic components, only living things. Only living things. Community. Community means only living things. Any kind of tree population, any kind of deer population, any kind of elephant population, ant population, microorganism, bacteria population, collectively considered as a community, but only the living things. And what is the difference between community and biosphere? Here only living things are included. In the case of biosphere, both living and non-living things are included. Both living and non-living things are included. Yes. We can use two terms, biotic and abiotic. අපිට කියන්නේ biotic කියන්නේ living ද abiotic කියන්නේ non living ද මොකක්ද කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන්ද කාට හරි?
Biotic is living and abiotic is non-living.
Very good. Biotic means living. Abiotic means non-living. Biotic means living. Abiotic means non-living. Community, there are both living and non-living. No, incorrect. In the case of biosphere, living and non-living, okay, but in the population also only living things. Therefore, answer number 3 and 4 incorrect. Biosphere is the top hierarchy level. No, it is the ecosystem. Then the answer is number 3. 2. Populations collect together and form communities. Answer is number 2. The smallest unit is called as cell. Answer is number 3. Incorrect statement about the diseases and causes in humans. Answer is what? Answer is number, yeah, yes, they're very good. Answer is number 1. Heart diseases are communicable. What is the answer for 28? Answer is number incorrect about hierarchy level. Ne? Incorrect about question number 28. Incorrect. Ne? Ecosystems are in biosphere. Incorrect. 2 correct. 3, 4, and 5 incorrect. Therefore, correct answer is number 2. But I have asked about incorrect statements. Therefore, all 1, 3, 4, and 5 can be considered. Okay. Question number 3, incorrect statement about diseases and causes. Heart diseases are communicable? No, they are non-communicable. Heart disease එකක් තියෙන කෙනෙක් ළඟ හිටියා කියලා අනිත් කෙනාට හැදෙන්නේ නැහැ. Causes for cancers are not fully understood yet. Yes. Causes තාම මේ fully understood කරගෙන නැහැ, understand කරගෙන නැහැ. හැබැයි අපි කියනවා uncontrollable mitotic divisions through තමයි මේක වෙන්නේ කියලා cancers. AIDS is a viral disease. So AIDS virus එක through තමයි AIDS virus through තමයි මේක වෙන්නේ. Recently CKDU has become a serious health problem in Sri Lanka, especially in Anuradhapura and Polonnaru district. Non-communicable diseases are dangerous as well as communicable diseases. Oh. Answer is number 1. Not yes. By the way, you didn't discuss 29. No, I have mentioned the smallest living unit is called as the cell. It is the cell. Okay. Yes, we have 20 remain questions. We will do the remaining on next day after joining permanently to the paper class. We will discuss the remaining 20 questions, sorry, as our first day. Then what about your idea? Yeah, only few students are remain. Please send me your honest idea and honest feedback to my WhatsApp. And if you want to permanently join for this paper class as well as the theory class, normally our new theory class will be held on every Thursdays. Biology Thursday 2025 A-level theory classes. Thursday 10 a.m. onwards. Next day we have to discuss living characteristics of organisms. In this group, we have finished the whole chemical basis part. That means compound parts we have discussed under the chemical basis, elements and all the compounds we have finished. And in unit number 1, we have to do living characteristics, and we will finish the unit 1. Okay. Thank you, Himasha. You can ඔක්කොමට සුට්ටක් එවන්න individually. හොඳයි. මට මම මේක දාලා තියෙන මගේ number එක. මේ තියෙන්නේ උඩම දාලා තියෙන මම ආයෙම දාන්නම්. ඔයාලා හැමෝම public group එකට add වෙන්න. මම ඔයාලගේ payments කරාට පස්සේ specific groups වලට add කරන්නම්. එතකොට ඒත් එක මම කියන්න මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ව ඉන්ඩිවිජුවලිම බලන්න ඕන නිසා උපරිමම 15 students තමයි maximum යන්නේ එක group එකකට. After finishing 15 students, මොකද ටීචර් ක්ලාස් එකේ කියන ඒවා හොඳට තේරෙනවා. ටීචර් ප්‍රශ්න පත්‍ර මම බ්‍රේක් එකක් දෙනවා 3 hours වගේ කරන ක්ලාසස් වල මම මැදින් බ්‍රේක් එකක් දෙනවා. මෙතන මුලම තාම ඔයාලට 2 hours වගේනේ යන්නේ. ඉතින් 2 hours මේක 2 hours මැද්දේදී මේ බ්‍රේක් එකක් දෙන්න ඕනේ නෑ නේද ඔයගොල්ලන්ට? ඕනේද? මේ නම්බර් එකට ඔයාලගේ ඉන්ඩිවිජුවලිම හැමෝම මේ මට ටෙක්ස්ට් කරන්න. ඔයාලා කැමති නම් තියරි ක්ලාසස් වලට ජොයින් වෙන්න. තියරි ක්ලාස් එක 2025 වලට Thursday يعني අලුත් group එක තියෙන්නේ 10 am. chemistry එක මේක biology. chemistry එක තියෙන්නේ Friday 10 am. මේක අපි යන්නේ atomic structure එකේ කියන part එකේ electromagnetic radiations we have finished. What we have to do next Farhat මෙතනදී අපිට මොකක්ද periodic table එකද next exactly. We have finished. Yes, anyway we are in unit number 1. Hari. And what about the paper classes? මෙතන කරන එක අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් දැන් මේ කරන එකම Tuesday 2:30ට වගේ bio එකත් Wednesday 2:30 chemistry එකත් තමයි අපි කරන්නේ. මේකේ ඔයගලන් class we have finished the quantum numbers නේද? Yes. quantum numbers අපි finish කරලා තියෙනවා. electronic configurations අරව මේවා ඒ ටික කරේ නැහැ. ඔයගලන් join වෙනවා නම් අර previous recordings ගන්න පුළුවන්. theory වලට join වෙනවා නම්. එතකොට මැදදී ඔයගලන් අර එනවට වඩා දැම්මම ඔයාලා එනවා නම් මුලදිම theory එකටත් එක්ක parallel paper class එකත් එක්ක join වෙලා යන්න. නැත්නම් පස්සේ ආය ඔයගලන් අනිවාර්යෙන්ම recordings අරගෙන අරව මේවා කරගෙන ඒ කියන්නේ අනිවාර්යෙන්ම join වෙනවා. එතකොට එකකට join වුණාම අනිත් එකටත් join වෙනවා. කාලයක් ඇද්දලා ඔයාලා ඕක කරනවා. ඒ නිසා ඉතින් එක දැම්මම join වෙලා ටික ටික වැඩ අඩු කරගන්න. පස්සේ join වුණාට පස්සේ ඔයාලට stress නේ ගොඩක්. අනිවාර්යෙන්ම මම දන්නවා ඔයගලන් දැන් මේක කරගෙන යනකොට ඊළඟ paper class එකකට join වෙනවා. theory එකට මැදදී ආය join වෙනවා. ඒ නිසා ඔයාලා join වෙනවා නම් ඔයාලට මේක feel නම් ඒ කියන්නේ මේ කියන දේ ඔයාලට තේරෙනවා නම් ඔයාලා දැම්මම මේකට join වෙන්න. එතකොට අපිට පිළිවෙලකට වැඩ ටික කරගෙන යන්න පුළුවන්. නැත්නම් පස්සේදී ටික ටික මේ වැඩ වැඩි වෙනකොට ඔයාලා ස්ට්‍රෙස් වෙනවා. 24 අයටත් කියන්න තියෙන්නේ ඒක තමයි ඒක මම මේ group එකේදී කියන්නම්. තව ඔයාලට මොනවද දැනගන්න තියෙන්නේ? ක්ලාස් ෆී එකක් මම කියන්නම්කෝ. තියරි ක්ලාස් එකකට නම් එකකට අපිට 2500ක් තමයි පේමන්ට් එක. මේකට 1500ක් නේ. එතකොට ඔයාලා දෙකටම එනවා නම් මෙතන 1200යි. 1500ක් මෙයන් නැහැ 1200ක් තමයි පේපර් ක්ලාස් එකට යන්නේ එක සබ්ජෙක්ට් එකකට. ආයම සාමාන්‍ය හරි ඔයාලට දැනගන්න තියෙනවා නම් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ප්‍රයිවට් දාලා අහන්න. එහෙම නැත්නම් මෙතන හුවත් කමක් නැහැ. මොනවා හරි තියෙනවද අහන්න? අපි මේක ඊළඟ දවසේ ඉතුරු ටික ඩිස්කස් කරමු. මේ මම ඊළඟ දවසේ ස්ට්‍රක්චර්ඩ් එසේ පේපර් එකක් දෙන්නේ ෆස්ට් යුනිට් එකේ. يعني මේකම දුන්නේ නිකන් අර නිකන් ඉන්ට්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එකක් වගේ නේ. පර්මනන්ට් මේක නෙමෙයිනේ. ඊළඟ එකේ ඉඳලා අපි රෙගියුලර් ලස්සන් පිළිවෙලට ටික කරගෙන යනවා ෆස්ට් යුනිට් එකෙන් ස්ට්‍රක්චර්ඩ් එකක් දීලා ඒ විදිහට. ටයිම් මැනේජ්මන්ට් අර මේව ඔක්කොම ටික හදනවා. මුලදීම මේ එසේ පේපර් එකකට ස්ට්‍රක්චර්ඩ් එසේ 4ක් දාලා එසේ 6ක් දාලා කරන්නේ නැහැ. ටික ඔයාලා දන්නේම නැතුව ඒ ටයිම් එකට එන විදිහට හදනවා. කෙමිස්ට්‍රිත් එහෙමයි බයෝත් එහෙමයි. මුලින් තියරි ටික තමයි මම මේ කාවත් දන්න මෙහෙම කරන්නේ. what is the permanent time? මෙහෙමයි. දැනට මම මෙහෙම තමයි හිතාගෙන ඉන්නේ. තියරි එක බයෝ එක බ්‍රහස්පතින්දා Thursday 10ට උදේ 10ට කෙමිස්ට්‍රි එක Friday 10ට තමයි කරන්නේ. හරිද? පේපර් ක්ලාස් එක අඟහරුවාදා Tuesday 2:30 වෙද්දි පටන් ගමු. මොකද මට අය 4:45 වෙද්දි 2024 වල එක පේපර් ක්ලාස් එකක් තියෙනවා කෙමිස්ට්‍රි එකක්. ඒ නිසා හරියටම 2:30 වලට පටන් ගන්න වෙනවා. කෙමිස්ට්‍රි පේපර් එක 2:30 වලට තියෙනවා. දැනට ඕවා තමයි permanent times. හරි ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ ස්කූල්ස් එහෙම පටන් ගත්තට පස්සේ I will not be able to join you tomorrow. මම දැනට මෙහෙම තමයි දාගෙන තියෙන්නේ. Wednesday ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඇයි Farhat ඔයාලට? At what time you can? Morning? I mean around 10? What about Wednesday around 10 to you all? Yes. Okay. Sadly. ඔව් උදේ පාන්දරම ක්ලාස් තියෙනවා නම් හොඳට මතක හිටිනවා. ඔව් පුතා මේ වැඩේ තියෙන්නේ මම දැනට ෂෙඩියුල් කරගත්තු ක්ලාසස් වෙනස් කරන්න බෑ. කොහොමත් මම කෙමිස්ට්‍රි එකට මම චුට්ටක් වෙනස් කරලා ඔයාලට කියන්නම් දවස. ඒ කියන්නේ මට ආයෙම දවසක් කියන්න අමාරුයි. කොහොමත් මම දැන් ගෲප් එකේ ඔයාලගෙන් අහන්නම් පර්හත් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් පර්මනන්ට් මෙම්බර් කෙනෙක් tomorrow paper I have discussed. Oh, මම ඔයාලට theory එක කරලා තියෙනවානේ. What about next week? Farhat. What about the next week? Friday 2:30. Friday 10 a.m. What about the next week? Okay, not free, ne? Yes, I will ask from you in your group. හරි chemistry class එක කරන්න permanent time එකක් මම පොඩ්ඩක් ඔයගොල්ලන්ගෙන් එක්කත් පොඩ්ඩක් discuss කරලා බලන්න මගේ time table එකත් එක්ක කරලා වැඩිම දෙනෙකුට පුළුවන් time එක අපි select කරගමු. හරි එහෙමනම් ඔයාලා leave වෙන්න class එකට join වෙනවා නම් class එකේ මුල payment එක කරන්න ඔයාලට සිද්ධ වෙනවා. payment එක කරලා slip එක එවන්න. account details අරගෙන ටික ඔයාලට ගන්න පුළුවන්. මට ආවම ටෙක්ස්ට් කරන්න මේ ක්ලාස් එක ඉවර වෙලා. අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ඉන්ඩිවිජුවලි ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ ෆීඩ්බැක් එක චුට්ටක් මට එවන්න. ෆස්ට් එක නිසා මම දැනට නතර කරන්න. අපි සාමාන්‍ය 50 MCQs ඩිස්කස් කරනවා ක්ලාස් එකක. ස්ට්‍රක්චර්ඩ් එසේ නම් 4 ස්ට්‍රක්චර්ඩ් එසේ වගේ අපි 2 hours වලට මැච් වෙන විදිහට තමයි හැමදාම papers කරන්නේ. ටික කාලයකට පස්සේ after some time we reach mixed papers. පාඩම් ටික එකතු වෙනකොට ඒ ටික දාලා mix papers වලට යනවා. ආයෙම unitwise papers කරනවා. එහෙම arrangement එකක් එක්ක එහෙම තමයි යන්නේ. එතකොට ඔයාලා දන්නේම නැතුව ඔයාලගේ marks වැඩි වෙනවා. දැන් 24 වල එහෙම ඒක තමයි bestම solution එක. ඊට පස්සේ ඔයගොල්ලන් paper එකේ submissions අරව මේවා ටික group එකට submit කරන්න ඕන. මම මේ ටික ඉස්සරහට කියනම් theoryත් එහෙම තමයි ඔයාලා theory class එකට නම් ඒ theory අදාළ සතියේ notes complete කරලා ඔක්කොම කරලා මට submit කරන්න ඕනේ. දැනට එහෙම තමයි හැමෝම කරන්නේ. ඔයාලට මොන හරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද? මම කියන දේ අපහැදිලි තැන් මොනවද තියෙනවද? මෙහෙමයි ළමයි කොහොමත් අර ගොඩාක් මම අරගෙන කරන්නේ නැහැ කිසිම group එකක. maximum 15 තමයි යන්නේ. ඒතර 15 වලට හයින් ආයෙම අලුත් group එකක් පටන් ගන්න. ඒ නිසා මේ අර ගොඩාක් දාගෙන එහෙම කරන්නේ නැහැ අනිත් classes වල වගේ. මොකද ඔයාලට මට හැමෝම individually බලන්න ඕන නිසා. දැනට join වෙච්ච අය theory වල එහෙම දන්නවනේ මම කොහොමද කරන්නේ කියලා. ඒ නිසා ඕගොල්ලන් දැන් අද හිටපු ඔයගලගේ කියන්නේ manners ඒ ටික ඔක්කොම ඉදිරියටත් පවත්වා ගන්න. ඔයගොල්ලන් ගැන සතුටුයි පළවෙනි දවසේ ජොයින් වෙච්ච දෙන්නෙක් විතර ඉන්නවා. දැනට ඉන්නවනේ දෙන්නෙක්. හරි ඔයගොල්ලන් හොඳට හිටියා. එහෙනම් අනිවාර්යෙන්ම ඔයාලා මට ටෙක්ස්ට් කරන්න. මම දැනට වීඩියෝ එක නතර කරන්න. හරිද? නතර කරන්න.